This is I Love Black People Radio on HUR Voices, Sirius XM Channel 141. I Love Black People is more than a radio show. I Love Black People is a call from our ancestors to protect us from racial profiling all across the world. Go to iloveblackpeople.com and become a member today. Membership empowers you to live fearlessly and protect Black people globally from racism and xenophobia. Join us today and become a member of our global network with an online global green book with Black-owned and Black-friendly businesses to protect you and your community. Membership is free, and with you, we will become 10 million strong worldwide. I am because we are. Special thanks to Aflac for supporting I Love Black People Radio.
Welcome to another wonderful edition of I Love Black People. Just thankful for all y'all joining us and continue this wonderful journey, not just Black excellence, but Black everything. And everything that's Black ain't excellent, but we're just so happy and joyous to just be surrounded, immersed in it, and just magnifying that. So I say that with the utmost gratitude and humility. Again, welcome all. And today we're going to focus on something that's happening very soon on Saturday. We're kicking it off on Thursday. It's the Black Blockchain Summit. And I tell folks it's Black first, because I say that because the context of talking about this technology can always get a little weird. And I just want to poke the bear or talk about the elephant in the room first. All technology is not good. Really, all technology ain't bad. It's literally depends on what you do. It's in your hands. And I think that's the biggest. It was a parable where a wise man was approached by a little boy. He had a little dove in his hand, and the little boy asked the wise. Let's make it a wise sister. Asked the wise sister, is the bird dead or alive in his hands? And she knew if she had told the young boy that it was alive, she would let it go. And if he said it was dead, if she said it was alive, he would kill it. So instead of like giving a straight answer, she said, it's in your hands. So technology is in our hands. It's not inherently good or bad. It's literally up to us. And as an engineer, as many of you know, I went to Tuskegee University, and shout out to Tuskegee, my alma mater, my first alma mater. I just got invited to come and speak at homecoming for the convocation. So just a little shout out. And they also going to have me be the Grand Marshal. So, maybe I had to get into my little Tuskegee story after I talk about this Black. But let me just talk about Tuskegee story. So literally, we're actually working on a project at Tuskegee, raising money, endowed chair. We're looking at a leadership institute that will be endowed. So every year we have money to help students who are in things outside of athletics, outside of the band, just folks who are doing like student government, debate team, extracurricular activities, and give them the support they need to better understand how to organize, how to work with their peers to be successful in a leadership and also in some followership. And, I'll probably talk about that more later, but I'm so excited. It's almost like, it's coming full circle. So again, I graduated from Howard, but my first alma mater in love, and I came of age at Tuskegee University, Booker T. Washington, the pride of the swift going south, 1881. Amazing. With that being said, back to the Black Blockchain Summit coming up at Howard University. Again, my second love, my second alma mater, Howard University, 1867, reared against the eastern sky. It's definitely going to be a great opportunity to share in this new technology. And we kick it off on Thursday at the IRB, which is the Interdisciplinary Research Building on Georgia Avenue. We'll have a small little roundtable discussion on our theme. Our theme this year is peaceful solutions to violent world problems. And we're going to have some technologists as well as some practitioners, activists, in looking at ways that we can leverage technology to come up with scalable solutions, possibly app or platform. We have some folks that actually have real skills in building apps and platforms, and we're going to couple those with folks on the ground who really have an understanding of the problem. And then on Thursday night, we got a great opening reception. We call it the Dr. Gary L. Harris reception. And our Dr. Gary L. Harris is just a luminary professor, dean, at Howard University for decades, incredible researcher, nanotechnology, uh, silicon chips developed. I mean, he did so much for so many and taught so well. We're going to celebrate him on Capitol Hill, actually at the U.S. Capitol Visitor Center, and you have to get a ticket to come for that. And then on Friday, we have our what we call Bitcoin Lightning Hackathon Workshop. So that's going to be a big opportunity for those who really want to get their hands involved in the Lightning, what we call the layer 2. So Bitcoin is great at securing data. Okay, we always talk about blockchain. It's really blocks of data. That's the block is a block of data, information that's connected together. And through those connections and those blocks, we're able to create something that's very hard to counterfeit or to hack or undermine. The Bitcoin blockchain has never been hacked. So that being said, if you have that as the first layer, like your secure layer, there's things that you can do on top of that that may not be as secure, but may not need to be, but actually make it faster. And those faster transactions allow you to do things as far as transactions that are competitive with how fast people can make credit card transactions. Now, the difference between credit cards, though, you're actually not sending money. It's actually sending IOUs. The one bank says, I agree to take an IOU from you until the funds come in, and then we settle them. So even though you swipe your card, the money hasn't physically left your account actually until sometime later. But with the blockchain, with the Lightning Network, these are, again, transactions where the transitions are final immediately. So there's some interesting opportunities there. And then we're going to also have what we call our viewing party. Part of our conference is going to be virtual, meaning that we did a pre-recorded tapings of sessions that are going to be really eye-opening and help you understand better this technology, where it's going. NFTs. We're dealing with issues like, tokens. Looking at how some of these scams with FTX and looking at where the future and derivatives. Actually, some really interesting things. Even talking about green technology, is blockchain, wasting electricity, and just things like that, and allowing for opportunity for us as a community to see how all these things relate to us. And of course, it's the Black Blockchain Summit, so the focus is the Black community. But we always invite luminaries and brilliant folks from all walks of life, different backgrounds. The issues that face us as Black communities, we can always ask for help and get assistance from other people in other communities. We'll never say that these problems only can be solved one way with one mind. We definitely want to leverage every brain in the room to get rid of some of these issues to get rid of all the issues that we face as a people. So we have that. We have a watch party at Howard, and we're going to have a watch party with the Anacostia Bid, who's a big supporter and helped us out and sponsored this year. We're going to be at Busboys and Poets in Anacostia from 11 to 1, and we'll be watching the Black Block Summit virtually through a live stream, and we'll have some of our super brilliant, amazing blockchain experts, brothers and sisters that know what's happening in this area, and they'll be sharing their thoughts with the live streaming that's going to be happening at Busboys and Poets, and that's on Friday from 11 to 2. Not only come and get some food for your belly, but food for thought, and that's on Friday. And then on Saturday is our big in-person live sessions. And we're going to kick that off at 10 o'clock. We always start with libations, a prayer, and then we get into the good stuff. So we have great speakers, Lamar Wilson, Tavonia Evans, Naja Roberts, Cleve Messador, Isaiah Jackson. We got folks from the sister from the U.S. Patent Office going to be talking about the intellectual property. We got brothers Reggie Militant who are going to be talking about how we can end the violence utilizing technology. And this brother's a trained martial artist and a Howard alum himself. We're going to have so much information to share with you in a way that allows you to, in a very substantive way, give your chance, an opportunity, give you an opportunity to really immerse yourself into some of the best technology that's out there right now as it relates to the blockchain and even some AI, artificial intelligence, even though a lot of us uh, are using our spiritual intelligence, which is far more superior. Well, I'm just saying that, but it's true. And then when we look at all those things that we're going to be talking about, the common thread is that we're looking at ways that we can leverage this technology to solve problems in our community. That's why whatever we're doing has to be relevant. To do technology or talk about technology for the sake of technology is not helpful. So I'm going to be actually having a fireside with a Professor Ball. He's a socialist, and he's going to be telling us why Bitcoin does not give liberation. He's going to be telling us it's the people that give liberation. And I have to be candid. I agree with him 1,000%. It's always about the people. These things are things. It's really about the people. So it's going to be a delightful conversation with him. Um, Again, we have some Perkins Coie, one of our big sponsors. Perkins Coie, shout out. They have several speakers that are going to be giving us all the information. They've been in the tech space for decades, and they're one of the prominent players in the blockchain space. So we're just so delighted that several lawyers from that firm, including Dax Henson, who's a partner, is going to be gracing us and having a fireside with Sister Ala Kanani, who came all the way from Botswana, the Bitcoin lady. Like, she's an OG, beautiful, wonderful, dynamic, stupendous, colossal sister of just grace and poise. She'll be right there with us, moderating and doing some emceeing. And then we got Sister Naja Roberts, straight out of Compton, out of LA, coming from the west side to the east side. She's going to be sharing so much of her wisdom. She actually is probably one of those folks who does so much in the community that goes unsung. Just as much as we deal with quite a bit of racism in this tech space, there's a lot of sexism. And so the Black Blockchain Summit, we try to do our best to highlight all our people and give them opportunities that sometimes aren't afforded, not because of their lack of talent, experience, or ability, but just because of the paradigms and problematic pieces of white supremacist ideology and sexism and that patriarchal stuff. So all these things are horrible, but we try to give our people the opportunity to deserve. And by doing so, we give you, the listeners, the participants, some of the best content, some of the best environment, best experiences that you can find. The Black Blockchain Summit is I had a conversation with someone who was talking about sponsorship and what they get out of it. And I started realizing in the conversation that now everybody's not going to be a part of what we're doing. This is a movement. We're leveraging the brains of so many wonderful people to teach our people not just about technology, but how we can be empowered, about self-determination, about how our excellence is not prescribed by someone else's, giving us the okay. We're better than okay, and we don't need your confirmation. So again, being on this journey, it's really one of those things that you're just so thankful. All the folks have sacrificed. And Sister Deidre McIntyre, she actually left, but she's always with us. She's been super helpful and made this whole conference, and especially the pre-recorded, possible. Lamar Wilson, super joining us. I mean, he's been with us from day one. He's organizers from Wakanda Coin, Wakonda, to Black Bitcoin billionaires, to all his projects, even hemp. The brother is dynamic. We really stand on his shoulders in so many ways. He was one of the first to even have a wallet, a FIFA wallet, one of the first to be on an Apple Store iOS wallet, like super OG. We got again Cleve Messidor, sister I've known for decades. Uh, used to come to my dry cleaners and support me. So her brilliance from the Obama administration, from the New York mayor's, what's his name? Start with a B. She's super brilliant, and I think what she does in this space is that she lends a level of credibility and aptitude in the regulatory as well as the legislative policy space that before she arrived wasn't there. It was some folks doing some things, but she has a way to actually take it across aisle, take it across the span of the globe, internationally, just a powerhouse. So we're literally, and there's so many people I haven't named. So let me just say this. It's not about the names, it's about the work that we do, the collaborations, the sharing of time and space that really are the signs of greatness. And as we say, it's not what happens in the meeting that makes it great, it's what happens after it. And I would say now we're in our 6th year. We've had so many businesses, folks team together, we're on projects together. We've had people get hired. We got people get married. We've had so many wonderful things come from the energy. And that energy is not me, it's really the team of folks who dare to be bold enough to dream of a world that's far better than the one we're in right now. And to be around other people who have that same orientation and the same thought process, even though we're different. Like when I say same, I don't mean same. Like you show up to a Black Blockchain Summit, you liable to see all kinds of folk. But that being said, it's kind of a great way to kind of approach it because we can disagree without being disagreeable. And I think one of the things that we get caught up in this society right now, especially with social media, and it actually was happening before social media. The corporate media was haters, and they were doing all this they were doing, but they were basically the system. They were in charge. Now you got folks, little folks, doing the same thing the system was doing, hating on folks. So I say that to say that we always use our power of a collective and of expression to share and spread love. My as a company, as a startup, as a radio show, we talk about I love Black people. It's an affirmation. So on the premise of love is how we must congregate, how we must come together as a collective. So when you participate in the Black Blockchain Summit, it's a great way to meet a bunch of people that you would never ever get a chance to meet. But we curate some of the best folks of a generation, and we're not like mono generational. This is like cross generational. We got super young folks and super older folks. And again, there's no generational chauvinism. We know everyone has something to contribute. We all are standing on the shoulders of our ancestors. And we all have a calling that God has put. And again, this is not me telling people to be religious or follow religion, but what many of us are doing is doing our best to follow our calling. And Frantz Fanon said, each generation out of relative obscurity must fulfill its destiny or betray it. So with the Black Blockchain Summit, our purpose is to fulfill it. And the work that we're doing, I would be remiss. We just came out with a new version, a beta version of our app called I Love Black People Safe Places. Everybody, please download the app. Download, give us your feedback. We got a little feedback button there. So everybody who's an early adopter, let us know how we can make the world safer for our people, no matter where they are in the world. And remember, our focus of our app is just like the Green Book. Green Book was focused on 3 topics: places to eat, places to sleep, and transportation. All we did is take Victor Green's concept, digitize it, and add a few more key categories. We added healthcare. We added legal. We added beauty. We added health. Childcare and education and finance. So it's a total of 8 categories. No matter where you are in the world, please share your favorite places to go where we'll be treated with dignity and respect. So that's coming out, and we'll be using the app if you want to get like updates of what's going on, because I haven't told y'all like the big deal of what something special that we're doing this year at the end of the for our closing reception. So we had told you the opening reception is at the U.S. Capitol Visitor Center, and the closing reception will be at Blackburn, but it's gonna be hot. We got the dynamic, the defiant, the conscious awareness awakening of our people, the duo called Dead Prez. We got Stick, we got M1, and they're going to be giving us all the love that you can imagine. They're going to overfill your cup. The cup runneth over. So we're going to end our conference this year with Dead Prez wrapping up the show with Grace on the stage. They've definitely been very supportive of a lot of the work that I've done. We did an event back in the Occupy DC days in Occupy Wall Street, where they literally performed a show during the event that we had, and it was in the rain. So they came out in the rain and was performing for all the brothers and sisters that actually came out there to be a part of this great, amazing thing. So please make sure that you get a chance to join us for that, and make sure that you use this opportunity to again, explore new worlds that you never, thought may have existed, better understand them, ask questions. That's another thing. Ask as many questions as you can. We're going to make sure there's plenty of opportunities to interact with the um, the different speakers so that you can like really, and that's one of the things good about conferences like this. Of course you can go on YouTube and see things and watch, but you can't really ask questions like you want to. And so this is a way that you can actually get an intimate engagement on some issues and topics with folks that you can vibe with, and actually understand some things better than you could just by trying to watch it on YouTube. So again, these are things that we allow our people to take advantage of, and we try to improve everything. I'll say this: none of the stuff that we do is perfect, but we don't let the perfect get in the way of progress. So we're every year we're building, making it better and better and better with your support. Now we can't make it better without you. So you should telling your friends and having your folks show up. All your dollars that you contribute for the tickets go to help us build this. A lot of these conferences charge 800,000, crazy $3,000 for a conference. And some of these same folks are talking about how they're trying to help the unbanked. It really, in some ways, a lot of these folks are trying to make bank. And I say that to say, be careful of scams in crypto. Like there's real scams, but there's scams other places, but there's scams in crypto. I think one of the problems, one of the things people talk about, the hacker mentality, sometimes people blame the victim. And so they say, oh, well, if you don't do this with your private keys, somebody might, yeah, they're right. But if they do, they're thieves. Like you're right. We got to be responsible, but we also got to be clear. We don't do victim blaming. The people who steal are thieves, and the folks who stealing online probably don't have the courage to steal something in your face. So not only are they thieves, they some weak thieves. So I say all that to say that there's a culture that needs to change oftentimes in this tech space, where people will do victim blaming. The cause of rape is the rapist. It's not drinking, it's not clothes, it's not time of day, it's the rapist. The cause of oppression is not being poor, not being able to read. It's the oppressor. That's the cause of oppression, the oppressor. So we need to be clear when it comes to crypto. The thieves and liars are the cause of lying and thieving, and we got to be vigilant. We got to be alert and understand that there's people who will always want something for nothing, and they call that larceny. And we have to be aware of it. You don't want to have any larceny in your heart either. Sometimes, if it sounds too good, look too good, it's a lie. And so we encourage everyone when they are on this journey of exploring new worlds, new opportunities, new areas of expertise, take your time. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're compromised. There's so much to learn. Be a life learner, but be respect it. Like be clear that there are people who take these opportunities and use them to hurt folks. So, we need to be mindful of that, even in technology. Sometimes we think when folks start saying things we don't understand, they're smart. No, they're just saying things you don't understand. They may not even understand. So we got to be very helpful in trying to share with each other ways that we can really improve our understanding to learn these, especially in this space. So with that being said, I just want to thank everyone for all their support, all our sponsors, all the folks who volunteer, all the folks that we just barely give a token of appreciation if we do give you any compensation. We never think that that's your value. We just want you to know we do appreciate and whatever we can kind of pull together in these resources and make happen, we do. It's something that we do as a labor of love, as a startup to even do a conference. We've been doing it now 6 years, and our startup's been around now almost 8 years. So we see it as a obligation that we have to give back to our communities for supporting us and our startups and the work we all are doing. And what better place than Howard University, the Mecca, and what better people than us and all of you to make it happen. So that being said, I am because we are. Thank you so much, and can't wait to see y'all Thursday through Saturday. Howard U. H-U-U.
This is I Love Black People Radio on HUR Voices, Sirius XM, Channel 141. I Love Black People is more than a radio show. I Love Black People is a call from our ancestors to protect us from racial profiling all across the world. Go to iloveblackpeople.com and become a member today. Membership empowers you to live fearlessly and protect Black people globally from racism and xenophobia. Join us today and become a member of our global network with an online global green book with Black-owned and Black-friendly businesses to protect you and your community. Membership is free, and with you, we will become 10 million strong worldwide. I am because we are. Special thanks to AFLAC for supporting I Love Black People Radio.